Shalom, first and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachahakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach who well taught us the truth. Shalom to the elect, the 144,000, pushing his truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth and the rest of the elect. I'm your brother Sabar Yakonah coming at you with another video, Lord willing, it's edifying. Just, the big thing in Israel right now is Genesis. They talking about the Gentiles can be saved. They're saying this is what we are saying according to the Old Testament and New Testament non-Israelites who believe can receive salvation at the same time as Israel by believing in the Messiah and keeping the commandments. Their salvation is escaping the plagues, lake of fire, and hardcore bondage. They will be vassals able to travel to and I guess that's from their land to Israel to pay homage. And the heathen gonna get hardcore bondage. That's a definite. Some of them will escape the plagues, but we're gonna dig their asses out of the clefts of the rock, as the scriptures say. All right, and even if they do escape, man, we're gonna be in our bodies, man, in our glorious bodies. We're gonna be supermen on the earth, and we're gonna make them do what we tell them to do. Scriptures speak about us being changed in a twinkling of an eye, in an instant, right? When we get delivered into the ships, man. Revelation, the 18th chapter, talks about, let's grab it real quick. It speaks about, says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations, so it's destruction upon Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is America. And it's going to fall. It's going to be destroyed, man. And, they don't even, when they speak right there, it says their salvation is escaping the plagues, lake of fire, and hardcore bondage. The plagues of what? Of who? What plagues? Like, you got enough space to say the plagues to Babylon the Great, which is America? Because see, y'all don't really believe, man. They don't really believe, man. They're hirelings, and I believe I'm with Elder Yahshua, but I believe her side is a terror as well. It says, for all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath for fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Right, all the nations got rich, and they got drunk off the Babylonian juice, man, the philosophies, wine going into philosophies. All right, and they laid down with this whore, man. All right, entangled themselves with the riches of this queendom. It said verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven, and this is talking about the salvation of the Israelites, the elect, saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." What sins? Slavery, rape, robbery, murder. You know, I mean, I don't even want to put my mind to that right now. Do we have to go there? You know, it says that ye receive not of her plagues. So many sins that the Lord's going to have to burn it with fire, and he's not even going to have anything to do with it anymore. It's just going to stand as a monument of what not to do as a nation, yeah. All right, it says, verse 5, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you." She rewarded us with what? Breaking up our families. To this day, all right? You know, you got the prison industrial complex. You got just slavery. You know, these FRNs ain't worth shit. So it's just, people just enslaved, you know. They print money. This money's not worth nothing. It's not real money. All right. Just harassment. I mean, you name it. You name it. This devil has done it to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. It says, says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you." So pay her back, and double unto her, double according to her works. Right. So whatever she did, man, give it to her back double. You know? It says, in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Double. That's a double cup. Think of all the shit that we go through as so-called black and brown people in this place. All right. I mean, we'll just say from 1619, which is when we were slaves, brought over here on the Southern Kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, Levi came over here to meet the Northern Kingdom. All right. In the Americas. In 1619. That's damn near 400 years ago. What, 400 years ago, right? All of that crazy to this day. We're talking about ICE. We're talking about, you know, Make America Great Again. All that shit. Double. They're going to get double that. You know? So you're not going to be able to call on the name of, you know, of Jesus or whoever. You can call on the names. The Lord ain't going to hear you. Why? Because what? For her sins have reached unto heaven. These Edomites participated in all of that, man. They got to pay for the sins of their fathers, man. They are their fathers coming back. You know, I don't want to get too angry about it because it is what it is. I'm really just, you know, flared up on Esau. He just make me flared up on Esau. Y'all are stupid, man. The Lord gave you a deep delusion. What to say? The deceived and the deceivers are his, man. You know, so, okay, in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Right? How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Just proud. Did all that shit, and she talking about she ain't gonna see nothing. But what it say in verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, one day, really 1 hour. It says death, mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. place got to get judged, man. We're out here on the highways and byways, you know, preaching the word in season, out of season, giving the testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Upholding the testimony. You know, prophesying. Prophesy means to say before. And you trying to tell me that the Lord ain't going to hear our cries as Israelites? You know that you're an Israelite. You trying to tell me that Lord ain't going to hear the cries of the apple of his eye? Nah, man. You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You know, what does scripture say? He's angry at the wicked every day. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. All right. What else? Let's get some destruction, man. The Lord's going to destroy this place, man. What do you say? They say. All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they help forward the affliction. And that's in particular Esau, Edom. What did he do? He kicked us while we were down, right? He says he was displeased. He's displeased with Israel, man. He turned his back on us. Why? Because we went after the idols, spiritual adultery. So he kicked our ass, but you know, by way of his sword, which is Esau, Edom. But Esau continues to kick our ass and keep his foot on our necks, man. But he was made to do that any damn way, you know. But to speak about how this devil, no flesh shall be saved, man, if this devil isn't taken out of the way. Proverbs 8 and 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy in the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. All right, so you trying to tell me the most proud man, just all of a sudden, out of the blue, now he didn't, kicked us up and down the earth for hundreds of years. Now he can get on a chariot with you and share in the kingdom. Fuck no. Crazy, man. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. He's a murderer. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is an evil, bloody, wicked murderer. And he's going to pay. And there's no way out of it. He's going into slavery, man. You know, we're going to rule over him with a rod of iron. We're going to break him into shivers. Shivers, man. Little fucking splinters. We're going to break his spirit just like he broke us in slavery and fed us Christianity, plantation Christianity and Jesus Christ. We're going to beat the shit out of this motherfucker into submission in the kingdom, right? You know, until he gets with the fucking program. And that's just that. And if you ain't with that, man, then fuck you. So, Lord, that willing, that was edifying, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Shalom.